The tallest and elected.
And my actual eyesight is there. The high drive, deep set. Go, go! We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A gold pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
All right, we welcome you to the famous Davis Field, one of the most unique venues in South Jersey, as it's an NJSIAA Thursday crossover between the Audubon Green Wave, my alma mater, and the Pitman Panthers. Of course, Pitman and Audubon both doing a little Turkey Day tune-up as they prepare in 2 weeks' time for their respective Thanksgiving matchups against Haddon Township for the Green Wave, and for Pitman, their 99th matchup against the Clayton Clippers. This time, this year, it will be at Davis Field. It'll be back at Haupt Field in Clayton, right off of exit 48, for the 100th edition in 2024. Just a quick production note tonight. I am flying solo. I called 11 people before this game. Everyone was unavailable, so because of that, I will not I will not be keeping the clock on the game because it is a little too much to press every button at once. So we will do the best we can. As Pitman and Audubon ready to get started, the senior place kicker, Logan Gilbert, who can do it all for the Green Wave. He's going to get us rolling here from Davis Field in this Thursday night Thanksgiving preparation game. Gilbert sends this one away. This one's picked up by Tyler Marone in the back. Marone crosses up some guys. He's going to be back at the 25, and that's where Pitman will start tonight's contest on their first drive. Audubon led by Coach Dan Reed. He's been in the position since 2017, and of course, Reed, for the second year in a row, making the playoffs as a 2-win team. They fell for the second year in a row to the Shalleck Cougars, who are battling tomorrow night in the South Jersey Group 1 sectional final versus Glassboro, the number 1 seed. It's junior quarterback Dane Coleman, the shotgun, as he hands this one off. No, he's going to let this one fly. This one's a home run ball that is incomplete down the near sideline.
Number 1, Dane Collins pass. 10 up number 0, Hudson Rue falls incomplete.
So the incompletion left side sets up second down.
Ball spotted at the room, 26-yard line.
I missed.
Promise.
All right.
Hold on, we got time called here.
Right. That's true. That's true. Matter.
Column back in the shotgun. He hands this one off
Number 4,
to Trey Tinders. He gets a tug at the jersey, and he'll get a couple of yards out of that one.
Tackle number 54, Dylan Hoff.
Pitman, a very convincing 6-2 record, 5-1 in the WJFL Royal Division. Their only regular season loss was a 1-point, 21-20 fall to Gloucester Catholic. And we've got movement on the line. It's Jonah Jordan. So Jonah Jordan picks up an offsides. And that'll be enough for a Pitman first down as they move the sticks.
First and 10, Pitman.
First and 10 from the Panthers, this time from their own 37. Handoff to Tinges to the right side. Gets past Ortiz, diving towards the pylon and towards the cheerleaders down there. That'll be a gain of maybe 3 or 4 yards.
15, Tommy Quinn.
But Audubon is a team that very sneakily has a lot of seniors and will have to rebuild in the second year of this divisional cycle in the Patriot. Senior quarterback Brayson McCracken, he was one of the top 10 returning pass leaders.
Number 1, Dane Collins pass. Complete to number 4, Trey.
And what was actually an interesting storyline from that Audubon-Pennsville game back in September was that Robbie McDade was number 9 in returning South Jersey passing leaders.
Third down and 4.
And Brayson McCracken was number 8. Now, that game didn't exactly end the way Audubon wanted it to. It was a 46-0 final. However, it showed, in that passing game that from last year to this year, Audubon's offense has definitely changed a little bit just because of the weapons you have. Luke Hoke, now a starting freshman wide receiver at Rowan. He's already got 4 receiving touchdowns this year for the Profs down in Glassboro. A play-action pass to the right side for Hudson Rue, the senior who takes it in. That'll be enough for another Pitman first down as they cross the 50 and get over to the 49 now. Of course, we were here last week, 8 days ago on Wednesday, as Pitman fell 28-14 to Haddon Heights.
Number 6, Braden Beebe.
4 of those 8 touchdowns scored in that game were rushing touchdowns or passing touchdowns of 40-plus yards. Just going to show, how spread out that offense was. As on first and 10, they're at the 49. Column drops back. He's going to line this one over the middle. It's one-handed, and it's tipped for an interception. It's taken in by Braden Beebe, who's going to bring this back across midfield. He gets hit hard, goes down at the sideline, and that's an interception for Braden Beebe.
Intercepted by number 6, Braden Beebe.
The sophomore defensive back interrupts Dane Column.
Number 5, A.J. Salerno.
And Audubon will take over on offense here 3 minutes into this one.
Ball spotted at the Pitman 47-yard line.
So as we said, here's Brayson McCracken, a guy who is a very sneakily good quarterback. And, the thing about Brayson McCracken is that he could probably start and excel at something like a non-public or a Group 2 or 3 school. But in Group 1, you have to deal with the weapons that you're given and the hands that you're dealt. And that's what I think Brayson McCracken, he had those guys last year. He had Billy Lindemuth 2 years ago. He had Luke Hoke last year as he pitches this one back to Micah Versa. He's going to get positive yardage. He's going to barrel through the Pitman defensive line and into the secondary for a gain of 5. Versa, the sophomore.
Salerno.
Tackled by Salerno for Pitman. It'll be second and short for the Green Wave.
Second down and 2 for Audubon.
So if you're just joining us, we're still early on. Braden Beebe picked up an interception. They're going to send Gio Patty, the senior back, in motion. McCracken from the shotgun. play action. Passes to the right side. It is caught. Hit from behind. Aaron Pilla picks up a couple extra yards, and it'll be a first down and then some for the Green Wave as they are
11,
starting to trek into red zone territory.
Aaron Pilla. Tackle number 4, safety. First and 10 Audubon. Ball spotted at the Pitman 20-yard line.
Audubon is at the red zone. They're at the 20. 7:47 left in the first. McCracken drops back, dumps off a pass to the right side. It's caught by Aversa. He will dance to the left side, diving towards the pylon. We think he's in. McCracken's got his hands up and does not look like it's a touchdown. I think they're short by about a yard. I mean, talk about capitalization right there.
Number 11,
Audubon picked up.
Completion number 3.
Audubon picked up an interception, wasted no time. And they are already at the goal line.
First and goal, Audubon.
In just a handful of plays, they have already turned this drive upside down.
Ball spotted inside the 2-yard line.
Still scoreless here midway through the first, but Audubon has a chance to change that. Diving forward, pushing forward. Touchdown. And Audubon will strike first here on the road at Davis.
Touchdown run for Audubon.
McCracken punches through for 6 from the goal line. And now Gilbert will go out for a PAT.
Coming out to attempt the extra point for Audubon, number 7, Logan Gilbert.
Logan Gilbert, a 4-year starter in the place kicker position for Audubon. He has received a lot of high-level interest. Like we said, this is a match between two teams. It's rare to see both of them having a specialized kicker. Hudson Rue is one of them for Pitman, and Logan Gilbert holds that honor for the Green Wave. This one is deep into the middle school. He picks up the PAT and a TD for Audubon with 6:57 in the first. It is the Green Wave 7, Pitman 0. We'll be right back here on DWB. Welcome back here from Davis Field, 7-0 Green Wave. As a very productive drive for Audubon leads them down the field and into the end zone very quickly.
That's a dog. Ready set to kick for Audubon, number 7, Logan Gilbert.
I think we said Gilbert will send this one away.
Number 4, Trey Pickett. And number 3, Tyler Maroon.
Audubon, as we said, 2-6 on the campaign. Started out the year with a 36-19 loss to Paulsboro, a sectional semifinalist. Their 2 wins this year versus Bordentown and Collingswood have all been one-possession wins. 8-7 over Bordentown and Collingswood 7-0. Audubon's wins have been on the road. Roan diving forward. He is going to basically
William Graham
be at the same position as where he ended his first kickoff return. He's at the 27 for a first down for Pitman. So the last drive for Pitman ended in an interception by Dane Collum, the junior. That was his 5th interception of the year as Collum inches towards 1,000 passing yards on his rookie campaign. 896 this year, 68% pass completion percentage. And why do I know that? He's 68 for 100 going into tonight. Collum surveys the field, tries to work some dark arts over the middle and just doesn't do it. Second down.
Intended for number 4, Trey Tinges, falls incomplete.
Collum this year in his first 3 games with the Panthers passed for over 100 yards in all 3 games. 137 and a 34-7 win over Sterling. He went 13 for 21 and 158 yards in a loss to Gloucester Catholic, and 12 for 16, 140 yards versus Haddon Township back on September 20th. He has not reached 100 yards in a game since. Dumps it off to the flat. Marone diving forward. Did the ball come out? I'm not sure. But he got dropped there.
Number
Third
1,
down
Dan
and long.
Collins pass. Complete to number 3, Tyler Marone. Tackle number 15, Tommy Quinn.
I mean, Audubon is definitely setting the precedent early that they're going to hit some hard tackles and they're going to cover you deep
Third down and 12 for
in
Pitman.
that coverage, because Pittman has this kind of like, melting pot of an
Ball
offense
spotted
where,
through 25
they'll
yard
hand it off for the standard like halfback gut plays and stuff like that where they're just diving over the middle and trying to get over the line, or they'll give you some home run balls that are 20, 30 yards deep, and Audubon knows how to cover those as well. Column immediately having to scramble out of the pocket. It is caught by Rue. It's going to be short. It is caught, but it will.
Number 1, Dan Collins pass. Complete to number 0, Hudson Rue.
And Rue, who just made that catch, will now have to surrender here on 4th and mid-range as Pitman will go out to punt.
For Pitman. Coming out the punt for Pitman, number 0, Hudson Rue.
But here on a brisk night from Davis Field, it is 44 degrees. As this one is booted over the middle, it will trail to the right. Patty didn't see it. Nobody saw it. Now Pitman is going to pick this one up at the 40, 30-ish. And that's where Audubon will start their second drive of the night. Speaking of Hudson Rue, I don't know if Tim is here tonight, but we should mention this broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take the New Jersey State driving test pass on their first attempt with Harper Driving School. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today right around the corner from here in Suite E of the Total Turf Complex in Pitman, right off of Lambs Road. A couple of milestones tonight here on DWB. Of course, if it's not news to you now, I actually went to Audubon High School for 4 years. I lived in Audubon since I was 6 months old. This is their 140th appearance on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, and the ball gets muffed, and he immediately dives on it and whistles the play dead. Back looking at the Pennsville game from mid-September, McCracken and his center had a couple of issues with that as well, so that's not a new issue that they've had. And sometimes in this cold weather, it's hard to hang on to the ball, and Audubon's lucky there wasn't a bigger consequence there from that.
Second down and 16 for Audubon.
4:45 and counting in the first. 7-0 Green Wave. They got an early touchdown. This one is a rocket down the field, but a little too much on it for Gilbert, and it's incomplete. As they like to say,
number 7, Logan Gilbert. Ball's incomplete.
As they like to say, a little too much mustard on that one. And it is third down and about 15 after a 5-yard loss on the fumble recovery.
Third down and 15 for Audubon.
By the way, we'll have to remove the post from one of our YouTube streams soon. We had to cancel our live stream of Gloucester Catholic and Holy Cross on Saturday. My services are needed by another network down at Bridgeton.
22-yard line.
That will not be on DWB. That will be TCUFL action over on HSG Network all day Saturday from Bridgeton High School. 3rd and 15 for the Green Wave. 4:35 and counting. After a long incompletion to Gilbert, McCracken passes over the middle, intended for Pilla. It's incomplete. That'll bring him 4th down and long. We'll see. I think it'll be a wise move to bring on Gilbert and the punt crew here.
Fourth down and 15 for Audubon.
Dad.
Going out the front for Audubon, number 7, Logan Gilbert.
Thank you. Good luck. No, you won last time.
He was mostly just a specialist in special teams up until this year when Audubon had a kind of a wide receiver shortage. This is a beautiful punt over the middle. Diving, it gets muffed. Who's got it? Hudson Rue bobbled the ball at the 50, but I think Pittman's going to hang on to it.
Thank you.
Holding against Audubon.
So in addition to the muffed punt, well, not the muffed punt, but the muffed punt return, Audubon picks up a holding call.
Hey, everyone.
Are they going to...
Cheers.
What a killer.
Everybody.
It is a rare 4th and 32. Gilbert is in his own end zone after the holding call. This one is up. Rue, fair catches at the 41.
That's Hudson Rue on the fair catch.
That's where Pitman will take over. I was going to say, I mean, Audubon set the bar early, but now that bar is starting to shift a little bit, especially since Pitman was able to force that punt and force a good field position.
Pitman ball spotted at the Audubon 41-yard line.
We have 4 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Audubon leads 7-0 over the Panthers, making their 20th appearance on DWB, dating back to April 10th, 2023. He sends Rue in motion. He hands it off to Rue. He'll get wrestled to the ground by Dylan Hoff.
Tackle number 54, Dylan Hoff.
I don't think he got too far on that on the jet sweep.
Second down and 10 for Pitman.
So here we go again. Neutral gain on that last play. Now he's got 3 receivers and a jump and a flag. I think that's one of the clearer line jumps we've seen in a while. That'll move him up 5 yards. Don't forget, on Thursday, December 5th, Dan Wilkins Broadcasting will be hosting its first ever basketball selection show. We'll reveal our basketball schedule for the 2024-25 winter season, and hint, both of these teams are going to be on that list at some point. So you might want to watch 5 o'clock on Thursday.
Number 3, Tyler Montgomery. Traffic number 19, Evan Haynes.
Haynes picked up the tackle there on the rush by the Panthers. I mean, obviously, Pitman's basketball team lost a handful of guys due to graduation. Stephen Devaney being one of them, a powerful, 4, kind of a stretch 5. Was able to do a lot with it. And then, of course, he got Elijah Crispin. I fist bumped Elijah Crispin coming into this. Look, I mean, he is a baller. They do not get to the South Jersey Group 1 championship without him. And that's what they did. They beat Kip and lost to Asbury Park in the group final, the semifinal. As on 3rd and 5,
tackle number 3, Mike Aversa
gets tackled by Aversa, and we'll see what they do with this one here, with 2.5 minutes now in the first. I mean, Tinges is starter.
Ball spotted at
he's
the
been
Audubon.
Incredible. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
36-yard line.
Tinge is a 4-year starter. He has had no less than 35 rushes in all 4 years. That's a career 377 rushes going into today and 2,038 rushing yards, 23 touchdowns, including 14 this year for the Panthers. Do or die here, 4th and 4. Collum drops back. He's got a home run ball over the middle. He's got a basket. He's got a zone touchdown. Marone finds the end.
Once again, that's number 1. Completion number 3, Tyler Marone. Was out of the touchdown for Pitman. Coming out to attempt the extra point for Pitman, number 0, Rue.
Rue, the former soccer goalie for the Panthers, now looking to attempt the extra point. I've jinxed Rue twice this year, including at the Gateway game when I mentioned they were up big, and I said, well, he's 5 for 5 on PATs tonight, and then he missed another one.
Thank you.
So let's see what he's got in the tank here. Rue is up, and the kick is blocked. I need to just stop talking.
Score now stands Audubon 7 and Pitman 6.
For those counting at home, that is the 3rd time I've accidentally jinxed Hudson Rue when he's kicking a PAT. I feel really bad. And considering that Tim's Business Harper Driving School sponsors us, that's not a great sign. We'll be right back. 7-6, Green Wave lead over the Panthers.
The kick for Pitman, number 0, Hunter
Live from Davis Field, a 36-yard rocket down the field to Tyler Marone. Picks up Pittman's first touchdown of the day. However, the PAT was blocked. It is 7-6 Green Wave. As Rue, again, the former soccer goalie, now on the gridiron, takes this one from the 40 as a little squiver. Shades of Haddon Township. Who falls on it? We've got a battering ram at the 30-yard line. Let's see who falls on this one. Looks like it will be Audubon ball. So Rue tried a little, again, dark arts with the squib kick there.
We were Audubon.
The allusion I was making was to Haddon Township and Clayton. That was a game back from mid-September where Haddon Township had 3 onside recoveries in the same game. Just joining us at 7-6, 36-yard touchdown to Tyler Marone. Grayson McCracken preceded that with a 2-yard goal line rush of his own, a QB keeper. They hit the extra point. Pitman did not, and that's where the score stands at 7-6 here from Davis Field, historic Davis Field. Not on the grounds of Pitman High School, but on the grounds instead of Pitman Middle School. That's a pass over the middle. Aaron Pilla might be able to run for days, but he gets tripped up at the 45. First down, Green Wave.
I know, come on, baby.
A minute 36 now in the first.
Pass, complete to number 8, Aaron Pilla. Tackle number 15, Jack Wells.
6.
First and 10 Audubon, ball spotted at the Pitman 44-yard line.
That was a big gain for Audubon. Again, Pilla is a lightning quick receiver. Here's McCracken in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to his left, having to scramble out of the pocket. Neither offensive line is really, are they going to say incomplete? I don't think it matters either way because it either was an incompletion or a gain of nothing. So, incomplete.
Pass is rolled incomplete.
I mean, thing is here is that, look, both of these guys, I got a question, I had a question emailed to me. They said, why is Audubon and Pitman playing on a Thursday night in the middle of November? And I said, well, first of all, these guys are tuning up for their Thanksgiving games. Like we said, Haddon Township, a rivalry that has existed since 1963. And then, of course, the much older Pittman-Clayton rivalry that's been around since 1925.
Ortiz on the carry.
Ortiz picks up 7 or 8 yards there. That'll be third down and short as we're within the final minute of the first quarter.
Tackle number 74, Paul Heller.
This is going to be a 27-minute first quarter. Definitely one of the longer ones we've seen this year. In fact, the longest quarter we saw this year, this is a bit mind-boggling, was Lenape Camden Catholic from October 30th. That the third quarter of that game, which was a wild game in general, was 46 minutes for the third quarter. We got movement on the line. We had movement, but it wasn't called. and they were waiting for a signal from Dan Reed. Dan Reed calls a timeout for the Green Wave. They
Timeout,
lead
Audubon.
7-6 as the overcast moon shines above here from Davis Field. We'll be right back after this. Coming back from Davis Field, Dan Reed called a timeout with 7.3 seconds left in the first quarter.
Third down and 3 for Audubon. Ball spotted at the Pitman 37-yard line.
A bit of a dragging first quarter, but it'll come to a close here as on the 37-yard line. Let's see what Audubon's got in the barn. 3rd and 3 from the 37. Got a man deep in the backfield. He'll fake the pitch back to Patty. We'll see if this is enough for a first down. He pile drives his way through. And at the end of the first quarter, it's going to be Audubon 7, Pitman 6. They do pick up the first down. And after one, it's a 1-point game in favor of Audubon. We'll be right back after this here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
Audubon 7. To place an ad or personal reference in the backup program, please submit a hard copy or email.
7-6.
And
You're watching
electronic
coverage
copy
of Dan Wilkins
number.
Broadcasting and WJFL football here on DWB. If you have any
deadline for
questions or
ads
comments
and
about
personal
tonight's
messages
broadcast,
is
drop me a
October
line at
15th,
the Dan Wilkins
2024.
Show at gmail.com.
So to 10 Audubon.
First down for Audubon. They were able to barrel through before the end of the quarter. McCracken with some happy feet in the pocket. It is tipped away and incomplete. Had everybody in on that one. Gilbert, Patty, and on the defensive line, Upham and Brew.
Patty falls incomplete.
I mean, McCracken is not afraid to throw it into the line of fire.
Ball spotted at the Pitman.
That's one of the things that you're going to see.
33-yard line.
That's one of the things you're going to see about McCracken is that he is not afraid to throw into the line of fire. You know, he's got a couple guys in coverage. If there is a tiny window where he's open, they're going to be able to get that through. And they'll be able to make a pass through that. That time was unsuccessful. The ball went straight through the 5-hole. Ortiz falls on it.
Number 1, Jorge Ortiz on the carry.
I'd tell you, that went straight through the 5-hole, as we like to say. And McCracken for the second time tonight. I mean, maybe it's not McCracken as much as it's Jordan in the center spot. As it is the second. It's not the second turnover, but it's the second time a play like that's happened where they end up.
Third down and 16 for Audubon. Ball spotted at the Pitman.
Scenario there.
40-yard line.
And will now be backed up 5 yards. Think of that like a faux false start penalty there. It's 3rd and 15 now. "11 minutes and counting in the first half. McCracken again from the shotgun, drops back. He's got another rocket. This one might reach Camden County. It is Caught in the end zone. Logan Gilbert, touchdown.
Touchdown Audubon.
Unbelievable 60 yards, and most of
That's
them
number 11,
in the
racing the
air.
back and pass. Complete
I mean,
number 7, Logan Gilbert.
that is
A
just,
touchdown for Audubon.
that wasn't even bad coverage. That's just a play where you tip your cap and say, well, you got us there. Wow. 13-6 as Audubon
Going
unloads
out there,
and
support Audubon, number 7, Logan Gilbert.
So Gilbert, who just caught the touchdown, will now attempt the PAT with number 15, Tommy Quinn, holding. And Gilbert might need an oxygen mask after this play. I mean, that was incredible. 60 yards, and a majority of them were in the air. I don't think he caught it until he was at the goal line or maybe at the 5 or at the most the 10. Gilbert barrels this one through. Don't hit my car, please. That one's going to be good. He's 2 for 2 tonight from the extra point line.
And Pitman 6.
It's the Green Wave 14, the Panthers 6, 10:48 left in the first half.
And number 3,
We're back from Davis Field. Audubon uncorked a 60-yard. I appreciate it. A 60-yard touchdown to Logan Gilbert. And to show the generosity of the Pitman community, I just was gifted some 50-50 tickets. Maybe that's my paycheck for the night. This one goes over. It's muffed by Pitman, but now he's got plenty of time to rush. Tinges is going to fly. Tinges gets a block. He dives at the 40. And no flags.
Down by number 7, Logan Gilbert.
At least I don't see any flags. And if that stays clean, that's an incredible rebound and recovery for Pitman. As what was a muffed kick return and looked like it was going to go nowhere, turns into a very good field position for the Panthers.
Good. How you doing?
10:36 left in the half. 14-6.
Pitman ball spot on 39-yard line.
I mean, it's been a deal of opposite extremes here tonight. As Tinges dives over the line. Gets a gain of 1, maybe. Don't know if he got back to the line there.
Tackle number 63, Jonah Jordan.
Jordan picks up the tackle. As we said, Trey Tinges, 667 career receiving yards and 2,038 rushing yards in his career. 377 rushes. He's been a 4-year contributor to this Pitman team. In his freshman year, he had 35 rushing attempts, 64 in 22, 153 last year going into tonight. And of course, with a game left to play here at Davis 2 weeks from today, he's got another game to rack up that rush total again, maybe get to 400. In his 4-year career, he again gets dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Number 1, complete to number 4, Trey Tinges. Tackle number 27, Gio
got a flag. What?
On the play.
I think a flag came in late there. I didn't catch it. We'll see where they spot this.
Penalty is personal foul against Audubon.
So Audubon gets hit with a 15-yard penalty, and that will move Pitman up into very manageable territory here midway Actually, still a little bit early here in this second quarter, but either way.
1st and 10, Pitman, ball spotted at the Audubon 25-yard line.
Sending Tinges in motion. They fake it.
Number 5,
It is up the
Salerno
middle
with a carry.
to Salerno. We've got bodies flying everywhere.
Tackle number 52, Sincere Falk.
Sincere Falk picks up the tackle. If you're just joining us, Audubon took the lead on an unreal 60-yard completion touchdown to Logan Gilbert, who then had to kick the extra point, which he did so successfully. Pitman is looking to even the score with 6+2 right here. Still got some time in the second quarter. Chris Thomas, Pitman class of 2005 and the grad of West Virginia University. Handoff. He's going to find the pylon. Does he find the end zone? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Pitman.
Once again, that's number 4, Faith
Tinges.
On the touchdown run for Pitman.
Picks up his first touchdown of the night, his 15th to the Panther. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from evening the score.
Pitman will now attempt the extra point.
They will go for 2 here with Column in the shotgun. With a chance to tie it at 14 apiece. They send Tinges in motion. Now it's Column. He's going to dump it off to Marone, who scored the first touchdown, and he's got the 2-point conversion.
Complete number 3, Tyler Marone.
Takes it down, and the slots all 7. In this case, because they just scored the 2-point conversion. It's 14-14. We'll be right back. The scoreboard reads 14-14 here with 8:35 left in the first half. Pitman will now kick this one away, so both teams tacking on 2 touchdowns here in the first half.
Audubon, number 27, Gio Patty.
Tinges went for 22 on his rushing touchdown on a misdirection. This one's sent away, a boot from Rue. This one goes back to the 15. It is taken in by Aaron Keller.
On the return.
He barrels through. He drops Lincoln Eisenhart. He is back at the 50. And Audubon returning the favor with prime field position, just like Trey Tinges did on the last kickoff. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with most food products available in South Jersey. Along with that, there's toys, cages, accessories, food, and much, much more. Visit 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. And if you're a small business owner interested in advertising with us at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, send us an email using the email in the description of this video for an advertising flyer. This one is dumped off to the senior Gio Patty. He gets tackled out of bounds at the 35. And Patty will pick up an easy first down.
11, Brayson McCracken. Brayson, number 27, Gio Patty.
I mean, it goes full circle back to when I was calling, Pee Wee football games for the Oakland Cougars way back when John Patty, who's in attendance tonight, when he was a coach Gio Patty was a player for Oakland, and he was like 12, 13 years old. Now he's in his senior year. Break. McCracken drops back. He makes a pass to Quinn. Two guys go for him. He goes for the somersault.
Hey, how you doing, beloved? McCracken pass. Complete to number 15, Tommy Quinn.
And Quinn, the senior, picks up a couple yards. Second and 5. 25 left in the second.
Second down and 6. Audubon.
Pitman tied up 14 all. Trey Tinges broke away for 22 yards.
3-yard line.
And a successful 2-point conversion to Marone tied the game. McCracken from the 33. A low snap. Handed off to Ortiz. Another
one more Ortiz on the carry.
I mean, this is a very senior-heavy team. Quinn, McCracken, Ortiz. List goes on and on.
Tackle number 54.
You know, Brayson McCracken, Tommy Quinn, Evan Haynes. I mean, that's most of your receiving core. A decent chunk of your offensive line.
At the Pitman 29-yard line.
In addition to Gio Patty as well, you know, you would imagine your quarterback in 2025 might be the freshman Jude Cotter, which would give him 3 years to develop, just like Scott Lynch did, who is now playing Division I FCS football over at the University of Albany. For the Great Danes up there, I was able to watch that game on ESPN Plus on Saturday. It's third and short. He couldn't find his man. The ball comes out. A complete miscommunication, and Pittman's got the ball.
The play.
Wow.
Recovered by number 4, Trey Tinges.
Brayson McCracken put himself in a spin cycle trying to find somebody to give the ball to, and by the time he found a suitor, we should note the referees are talking this one over, so this might not be final yet. Dan Reed also came running out as well.
Play is now called incomplete pass.
They call it an incomplete pass.
Audubon ball. 4th down and 2.
So what I say there,
at the Pitman 29-yard line.
in regards to that, at the high school level, now that I've kind of seen the play a couple times, I actually see why they called it that the way that it is. In high school, if you shovel the ball forward and the ball gets botched, it is scored as an incomplete pass, not as a fumble. That's going to be a first down.
Some other Brayson McCracken's pass. Complete to number 27, Gio
So
Patty.
Green Wave are going to pick up a first
number
down
0,
on the right side. Yeah, so the way that works is that at most levels, when you shovel the ball forward, if you shovel the ball backwards and it's fumbled, or even to the side, it acts almost like as a lateral, where if it's fumbled, and the ball is live. But because McCracken couldn't find a runner, he shoveled the ball forward. That's why it was called an incomplete pass.
We have a penalty
because
on the play.
whether the toss is underhand or overhand, it's a toss forward under either way. So it's scored as a forward pass and an incomplete pass.
20-yard line.
So I didn't agree with the call at first, but now that I've looked at it a couple times, yeah, I can see why they called it that, because it was a forward toss. Ortiz gets it to the right side. It's going to be a high-scoring gauntlet tonight. I mean, both of these teams have had excellent field position on the kickoff returns. I mean, back-to-back, Tinges fumbled the kickoff and then returned it all the way to the 45 on the other side.
Number 54,
and then Aaron Pilla returned the favor, the sophomore, for the Green Wave. .5:15 quarter number 2.
Spotted at the Pitman 12-yard line.
You're from Davis Field. We're tied up 14 apiece as the Green Wave are in the red zone on the doorstep of the end zone from the right hash at the 12. Low snap. Handoff to Ortiz. He will pile forward into the orange and black, and he's going to get inside the 10 as they'll drop the sticks. It was second and short to begin with.
Tackle number 52, Aiden Millwood.
Now they'll drop the sticks entirely as it's first and goal. Audubon's first touchdown was a 2-yard goal line run from McCracken. Their second was a 60-yard just aerial attack to Logan Gilbert. Now they're looking to play deja vu from the first quarter
at the Pitman 6-yard line
with another goal line stand. It's first and goal. They are at the 6-yard line, so a little bit further out. Another low snap. Ortiz
tackle number 2
gets taken down. Egolf picks up a tackle.
Penalty on the play.
Where'd you get that hat?
Holding against Audubon.
I'll look for that. We do have a penalty on the play. Looks like it's going to be offensive holding. So that will move the Green Wave back for another first and goal from the 16. I can't remember what game it was. It might have been Kip Cooper and Gateway where we had like third and goal from the 40 or something like that earlier this year.
First and goal, Audubon, ball spotted at the 15-yard line.
What the?
What?
I think I was behind me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, ball gets muffed again. Ortiz picks it up, and he'll dive on top of that one for second and goal.
Number 1 Warrior.
That is the third time that's happened tonight. I mean, I understand it's cold, but Chris Thomas is going to call a timeout here. I mean, it's 45, 46 degrees? I'm just surprised that exact thing has happened so many times. We're going to take a quick break. The 14-all, but Audubon is at second and goal from the 15. We'll be right back. Back to it from Pitman. It is second and goal from the 24 after a holding call and a fumble. .347 left in the half. Handoff to Ortiz.
Number 1 Jorge Ortiz on the carry.
Ortiz is still on his feet, making up for all of those lost yards.
Tackle number 4, Trey Cages.
And did Dan Reed call a timeout? I don't know. Looks like it. Reed calls a timeout, his second of the half. We'll take a quick break. 3:36 left in quarter number 2 here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. I'm sorry, 14-14 in quarter number 2, 3:36 on the clock. Audubon making up a lot of ground after a holding call and a fumble. They're at third and goal from the 8. McCracken scrambling out of the pocket, dumps off a pass to the ambulance.
Number 11 breaks the attack and pass, falls incomplete.
What I like to say is that in high school football, there's no such thing as
goal. Audubon, ball spotted at the Pitman 8-yard line.
In high school football, there's no such thing as a chip shot field goal. You could be standing on the goal line, and the kicker is still not guaranteed to make it, especially in South Jersey Group 1.
Great.
But Audubon will attempt the field goal. And did Chris Thomas call a timeout here? Well, they stopped the clock for a second. This is from the 8-yard line. So this is going to be a 25-yard attempt for Logan Gilbert. Gilbert has made a long of 46 yards this year, which, like we said, and I'll say it again, you could be standing on the goal line. There is no such thing as a chip shot field goal in South Jersey high school football. Let's see what he's got. It is up. It is away. It is into the parking lot and good. Logan Gilbert makes the rare field goal.
Logan Gilbert is
And
good.
he picks up a 3 there
Now
as
stands
it's
Audubon
17-14 here
and Pitman
on
14.
Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
And number 3, Tyler Maroon.
Audubon picks up a 25-yard field goal here with 3:25 left in the half. Logan Gilbert there, the senior, hitting his 7th career field goal. Oh, look at this. This is over the head of Tinges.
Number 4,
And he's going to get another ball. Are you kidding me? Look at Trey Tinges fly. He gets hit at the ankle. He's still on his feet. There is no marker on the field. He's being brought down. He gets wrestled to the ground by Logan Gilbert, and he is in the red zone.
Tackle number 7, Logan Gilbert.
Are you kidding me? That is an unbelievable run by Trey Tinges. That was almost Deshaun Jackson worthy right there. He muffed the recovery again. I mean, it's like he muffs the punt and he's got some sort of superpower or something. I don't know. And as soon as he picks it up, he was gone. Defenders got past him. He had 2 guys deep that were able to get him.
First and goal, Pitman, ball spotted about the 10-yard line.
That is only the second time this year in any of our 31 football games that a receiver has returned the ball to the goal. Tinges might be able to end this drive in just a couple of plays.
Tackle number 20, Golden Figueroa.
Under 3 minutes now in the half. But Audubon's got to be on its toes here. Pitman is a good team, and so is Audubon. Their records might be wildly different, but, you know, we're seeing tonight that this is a very good matchup between these two teams as they prepare for their Turkey Day tilts.
Second goal, Pitman, ball spotted at the Audubon 7-yard line.
They are at the 7. This crowd getting ready to celebrate here late in the second quarter. Let's see what they've got in the tank. Second and goal from the 7-yard line. They picked up 1 on the last play. Collin floats it over the middle and wide open. Touchdown, Pitman.
And that was number 1, Dane Collins pass.
Dane
Complete number 5, AJ Delano. His goal was a touchdown for Pitman.
And this game is back and forth all night long. As it's now 20-17.
Out to attempt the extra point, number 0, Hudson Rue.
With a successful PAT. This one's up. It's away. And it is good. Almost hit a whole bunch of fans down there at the middle school. But Hudson Rue, you see, I didn't mention Hudson Rue, and he didn't miss the PAT. So maybe the jinx is over. 21-17. We'll be right back here on DWB. All right, we're back from Davis Field, 21-17, a 7-yard 7-yard touchdown to A.J. Salerno as the ball has been slinging around the rock tonight. This is another squib kick by Rue. Diving on it is Aversa, the sophomore.
Number 3, Micah Burke on the return for Audubon.
Pitman leads Audubon 21-17. You're watching coverage of WJFL football here
at Audubon. Ball spotted at the road,
You can follow us
33-yard
on
line.
social media on DW Broadcasting on X, Facebook, and Instagram. We also have a Venmo. I'm flying solo tonight, and it's greatly appreciated. It's not required by any means. Of course, it's free to watch the broadcast, but all the funds go towards either my college fund, as I'm a freshman at Rowan College of South Jersey, or travel costs, like traveling down to Pitman and the gas money as well and equipment upgrades. So our Venmo is at DW Broadcasting if you so kindly wish to contribute. That's a big hit as Tommy Quinn goes down by number 65, Ethan Kubak, who picks up a big hit on the reception by Quinn.
Pass, completion number 15, Tommy Quinn.
Quinn got 2 yards.
Back one number 65, Kubak. Second down and 9 for Audubon.
Second and 9 after the 1-yard gain by Quinn. McCracken's going to air this one out. It's a long ways away, and Pittman's got the interception. It is Upham who picks it up. He's back at the 20. He's over at the 40. He's hugging the sideline. He is still on his feet. He's getting wrestled to the ground.
Pass is intercepted by number 18, Aiden Upham.
Upham picks up the interception.
First and 10, Pitman.
Sorry about that.
At the Audubon 47-yard line.
Somebody decided to walk in front of my camera there. Pitman picks up an interception, and Upham returns it to the 47. Yeah, I don't know why that guy walked in front of my camera, but it's what it is. Some people are going to be crazy. That's how it is. It's a Thursday night. It's 45 degrees. Got to find something good to do. 1:12 left in the second quarter. Here goes Collum. He drops back. He's going to return the favor with a long ball, but it's incomplete to Marone. And it's second down.
Dane Collins pass. Intended from the 3, Tyler Maroon. Ball's incomplete.
1:07 now in the second.
Second down and 10 for Pitman.
Column with Salerno to his right. He's got three receivers in a tripped formation to his left. They're right in front of us here at the 47. Let's see what they've got in the tank here. He drops back. This is another long ball. This time it's intercepted by Aaron Pilla. And Pitman returns the favor. I should say Audubon returns the favor.
Pass is intercepted for number 8, Aaron Pilla.
Back-to-back interceptions, and Audubon now turns the tables down by 4 with 58.9 seconds left in the first half.
First and 10 Audubon.
So Column picks up his second interception of
At
the
the 20-yard line.
sixth of his campaign here for Pitman. Like we said, this might be the first time since September 20th that Column will have passed for 100-plus passing yards. I don't have the official number on me, but it certainly seems trending that way. Fakes the pitch. It's back to Gilbert. Gilbert running out to the left side. He's getting tugged, and he takes out a chunk of grass with him.
Number 7, Logan Gilbert.
That's probably good for 8 or 9 yards.
Tackle number 9.
Again, Gilbert, the do-it-all guy for this Green Wave team. They've got 35 seconds left.
First and 10 Audubon. Ball spotted at the room, 30-yard line.
Audubon's aired this ball out plenty of times tonight. He hit Gilbert for 70 earlier this quarter. Has a chance to do it again this time from 70 instead of 60. Passes over. It is caught by Pilla. Hold on here.
Number 11 breaks to attack and pass. Complete.
It is complete to
Aaron
Pilla.
Pilla.
Wasn't sure if he was out of bounds or not. I didn't have the best angle on that. It is a first down. And he did go out of bounds with 15 seconds remaining here at the tail end of the first
ball
half.
spotted at the room, 45-yard line.
So Audubon has one timeout left. If McCracken airs the ball down the field, gets it to the 10 or the 20, you could theoretically call a timeout with 5 or 6 seconds left and then try to kick a field goal again with Gilbert. I mean, these are brisk conditions tonight. It's 45 degrees here in Pitman, and it's only going to get cooler throughout the night. As McCracken lines a pass to the right, it is caught by number 19, Evan Haynes, who gets dropped. It's a first down. They're going to keep the ball in play. Now they call time. And Dan Reed exercises his final timeout.
Complete to number 19, Evan Haynes.
So Reed burns his third and final timeout after Evan Haynes picks up a first down, as they've got some room to work with. 8.5 seconds left. They're up at the 35-yard line. We'll be right back. Audubon's going to have time for one more play. They just burned their final timeout. 8.5 seconds left. They're at the 40-yard line. Down by 4. So they'll have to either go end zone or try to hug the sidelines and maybe get one more play out of this, but would certainly be a long opportunity. McCracken runs out of time. He spikes the pass to the right, and it's incomplete.
Embracing McCracken's pass, falls incomplete.
Well, now they've got 1.9 seconds left. Now, the last time McCracken threw a deep ball over 30 or 40 yards, it was picked off by Audubon. So I don't know if they're going to try to be that risky again. 1.9 seconds remain in the half. McCracken will go for what will look like a Hail Mary trips play here. This one is deep. McCracken still buying his time. Tipped and incomplete. That'll end the half. So, a very dramatic end to the first half, and Dan Reed used all 10 of those seconds responsibly, but however did not find the
first half with the score of Pitman 21.
The first half here from Davis Field. It is Audubon 17, Pitman 21, as they've put up 3 touchdowns here early from Davis. We'll be right back. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Back to it here from Davis Field as both of these teams warming up, getting ready for the third quarter. And one of the interesting things that we've seen from tonight is just how much the ball has been thrown compared to prior games between, Audubon and especially with Pitman. Both of these teams, they've been airing it out. That 60-yard pass to Logan Gilbert, that was completely not on my bingo card. But it's a sign of ambition that we haven't seen too much from either of these teams. I mean, Pittman is playing some bold, unfiltered football, and Audubon is too. It's been pretty clean. Audubon had that one personal foul, but not too much other than that. And I'm interested to see how this second half plays out because right now it's anybody's game. Pittman's got a 4-point advantage, but I mean, Audubon looked like they were going to run away with it after how good their first drive was. So at this point, I don't know where this game's going to go, but I'll tell you what, Trey Tinges, he's a monster out there. And Dane Collum as well, he has been airing that ball out all night. And so is Grayson McCracken. So this could be a slugfest, could even be like, 42-38, something like that, just because of how special these quarterbacks are. I mean, Grayson McCracken, he's 6'5". His brother Gabe is committed to Rutgers Camden to play play Division III baseball. These McCracken brothers, they they are quite the special pair. But Pittman is looking to close out their warm-ups and looking to close out their consolation schedule with a win before they visit Clayton for Thanksgiving in 2 weeks. We'll be right back after this as Pittman gets ready to take the field for another time in the second half.
Yeah.
Here in the third, it's Audubon 17, Pitman 21. As Pitman will kick off this one to start out the second half.
Going out the kick for Pittman, number 0, Hudson Rue. Back deep to receive for Audubon, number 27, Gio Patty.
So Giovanni Patty,
And
the
number
senior.
8, Aaron Pilla.
Aaron Pilla as well back there, the junior to return. It's a cold one, but man, this is a good game so far. As Pitman is looking to get the momentum back in their way as they lead by 4. Starting the third, another squib kick. Audubon's going to read it well. It's picked up, and they fall on top of it. So they'll start this drive from the 37. Not exactly sure who fell on it. It might have been number 17,
Number 63,
Noah Batum.
Jonah Jordan on the recovery for Audubon.
Actually, I was way off on that. That was Jonah Jordan.
1st and 10, Audubon.
Listen.
Ball spotted at their own 40-yard line.
What'd you say?
Sending a man in motion for the first snap of the third quarter.
Number 1, Jorge
Jorge
Ortiz on the
Ortiz
carry.
dives forward. He'll get about 12, 13 yards on that play.
Tackle number 4, Trey Tinges.
We've got some extracurriculars here in the mud pile. Some shouting commencing from the Audubon sideline. It is a first down, Green Wave.
1st and 10, Audubon. Ball spotted at the Pittman 47-yard line.
So Audubon backing Pitman up even further here on a 13-yard gain. They are at across the 50 at the 47. Again, they send Patty in motion. Pitman sends a man in tow to match him. Ball comes out. That's the 4th time that's happened.
Number 1, Jorge Ortiz on the carry.
And all 4 times, Audubon has recovered, but you have to wonder, at which point do you have to say, all right, we have to focus dead red on ball control. And I would say, if you do something 4 times and have the same result every time, I would say you're lucky that it hasn't turned over any of those times. I would be very surprised if Audubon fumbles a 5th time and doesn't turn it over. Again, a low snap. This time McCracken dumps off a pass to the right. It's caught by Patty. Wow! Ball comes out again. Are you kidding me? Pittman's got it.
Loose tray in the play. Recovered by number 3,
Patty
Tyler
was able
Maroon.
to get up. And a turnover gives Pitman another opportunity.
1st and 10, Pittman. Ball spotted at their own 45-yard line.
First and 10. Pitman at their own 45 here early in the third quarter. Fakes the handoff. Pass. Caught by Egoff. He'll dive forward for about 13 yards and a first down.
Number 1, Dane Collins pass. Complete to number 2, Anthony Egoff. Tackle number 19, Evan Haynes. 1st and 10, Pittman. Ball spotted at the Audubon 43-yard line.
They are at the Audubon 43 in opposing territory here. Another handoff to Tinges.
Number 4, Frank Tinges.
Breaks through the entire offensive line and will pick up another 9 or 10 yards.
Tripped up by number
They will move
15,
the
Tommy
sticks for
Quinn.
Pitman first down. If Pitman can keep this kind of consistency and this kind of efficiency on these drives, you'd find a very hard time.
First and 10, Pitman. Ball
beating
spotted
them.
at the Audubon 37-yard line.
But Pittman's playing some very good football tonight, and Audubon is trying to stay in line and trying to stay on their toes. First and 10. Here comes a handoff to Tinges.
Number 4, Trey
Again,
Tinges.
diving forward.
Tackle number 52, Sincere Falk.
Falk picked up the tackle there.
Second down and 2 for Pitman.
That was a gain of 8. Like we said, Pitman is incredibly efficient on this drive. They have picked up large gains on almost every play that they've had. Remember, Audubon's drive ended in the first 2 minutes because of that fumble recovery. Rue hands off to Tinges.
Tinges on the carry.
Tinges dives forward. They're in the red zone, and they're going to be inside the 15
Number
at
15,
least.
Tommy
Maybe
Quinn.
it's a 10.
Penalty on the play.
We do have a penalty marker down. It is an offensive hold.
Holding against Pitman.
Second
down and 7 for Pitman.
handoff to Tinges to the right side. Gets hit a couple of times. He is still on his feet and finally gets wrestled down. Still short of a first, but still positive gains. So Chris Thomas and
Tackle number 17. Bella
they had dived forward to the 15. An offensive hold called them back. Now they are at third
and 4 for Pitman.
First down marker is up at the 22. Column again fakes, pass to the right, goes nowhere, and that's fourth down.
Number 1, Jay Collins pass intended from number 0, Hudson Rue.
Rue was the intended target. Did not fall there. At least the good thing is when we do our Thanksgiving game in 2 weeks at
4 for Pitman.
When we do our Thanksgiving game in 2 weeks over at Gloucester, their press box has a full-on heating system, so that I can't complain too much about. Fourth and mid-range, dumps it off to Tinges, who picks up another reception, diving forward, gets hit, and let's see where they put this. I don't have the best angle on it. Nope, not enough. They will bring up defensive 11 as Pitman turns the ball over midway through the third. So a promising drive falls short as Pitman, on Audubon's 5th fumble of the game, they finally pick up a turnover. And then Audubon returns the favor. Hold on here.
Time out for a measurement.
We're going to bring out the sticks. So there's where the ball is. It's in between looks like the 20 and the 25. I mean, obviously, but We'll get a wide-angle view here of, are they going to bring out the sticks, or are they just going to look at it? I don't know what they're doing here. Yes, they will walk out the sticks. Now, if you want to talk about favoritism, you can't really do that because the guy holding the pylon is Grant Shivers, the athletic director of Pitman. So let's see. I honestly am a little bit surprised by this. I didn't think that they would. And they got it. I didn't think it was that
Okay.
close. Man, I think that's Coach Walsh over there was not happy. I mean, Audubon is livid with this call as Pitman almost by accident picks up a first down. I mean, we heard the sentiment in the grandstands. First of all, when it was out, there wasn't really much of a contest. Chris Thomas told his guys, defense, defense. And now
Number
they're
4
back
straight
on
pitches on
first
the
down.
carry.
Oh, wow. Oh, we've got a suplex. We've got helmets and faces.
Tackle
We've
number
got hands to
27,
hands.
Pierre
And
Patty.
we've got penalties.
There is the penalty on the play.
The WWF has entered Davis Field. And things are getting chippy. Wow. He got lifted in the air and brought down pro wrestling style. The referees are talking, or they were
Penalty is
talking this one
personal
over.
foul against Audubon.
They do pick up the personal foul. I mean, there's no surprise that that's a personal foul. I mean, that's just not a football move right there. So things are on a 45-degree night. This is the first time things are heating up. My thing says 45. So the 15 yards.
Ball spotted at the Audubon 11-yard line.
They're at the 11. Pitman in the I form. So Audubon picks up their second personal foul of the night. And it could not have cost them at a more crucial juncture. 6:01 and counting in the third. From the 11-yard line, Marone has it.
Marone on the carry.
They did it again. Although that one wasn't as extreme. Marone is down. He landed hard on his left arm. Yeah, that is Marone that had the carry. He is down, being attended to by the athletic trainer, Jennifer Smith. I'm honestly surprised there wasn't a flag on that play, considering what happened on the very last play. But Marone, the first time was even harsher. That brought out the flag. Didn't seem like it hurt anybody. And then that second time, you saw Marone, he landed hard on his left arm towards the shoulder after the tackle by number 63, Jonah Jordan. It's either 63 or 53. And you got to imagine Pitman, they're not only not happy about the play, but look, Pitman is a kind of team that they will back up their guys. And I wouldn't be surprised, not foreshadowing anything, but you never know. We've seen some crazy things happen, especially in situations like this. You can look at it from the bigger picture and say, look, these guys are not playing for a championship. They're playing to tune up for Thanksgiving. And I've seen some crazy things happen in just a tune-up game, in just a consolation game. The Gloucester County EMS ambulance has just turned its lights on. I hope that doesn't. I hope that that's not. I can't tell if he's up. It looks like he's up. They started the ambulance as a precaution, but Marone is walking off the field under his own power after being heavily shaken up. So back-to-back plays where we saw some hard hits and we saw some controversial plays. And after the injury delay to Marone, 5:40 and counting. But you wonder how far this will go. Trent Tinges to the right side, staying on his feet. Oh, he got hit hard. Tinges got hit again.
Tackle number 6,
He got hit at like 2 different angles. And you wonder if they'll try to bring out Rue if they don't hit it on third down here. I mean, they're close enough. You could make it a 7-point game at 24-17. Just like Gilbert hit a field goal from 25
spotted at the Audubon
earlier
10-yard line.
Game. Third and 9. They are at the 10-yard line. There's basically no first and goal here. Tinges finds space, gets hit again.
Tackle number 15, Tommy Quinn.
That will be short after the tackle of by Quinn. Let's see here what they go.
And about 7 for Pitman.
Just heard somebody scream field goal from the sideline, so I guess that spoils the secret. Rue is going to try this one from 27. From the right hash to make it a 7-point game. 24-17. It is a low hanger, and it will miss. Missed to the left.
Field goal is no good.
And Audubon takes advantage of a missed field goal. We'll be right back. 3:58 in the third. It is 21-17 still.
Second.
Audubon takes over after a missed field goal by Hudson Rue. The attempt was from 27 yards.
What do we got?
They're at the 20. Handoff.
Number 27, Peter Patty on the carry.
Was on the carry. Did not get too far on that. Second down. Don't forget our next broadcast will be.
Tackle number 5,
I should preface that by saying the Gloucester Catholic Holy Cross game for Saturday, it's not canceled. Our broadcast of it is canceled, though. My services are needed by another company. I don't know when our next football broadcast will be, with the exception of Thanksgiving. This might be our last football game until Thanksgiving. Excuse me. Which would be November 28th, 2 Thursdays from today, with the Gloucester Catholic Rams and the Gloucester Lions. Almost found
number 27, Peter Patty on the carry.
Now Patty going down. Third down now.
Tackle number 5, AJ Salerno.
Thursday, December 5th is our basketball selection show. We bring you the action with our choices for the 2024-25 winter season.
Third down and 6 for Audubon.
Third and 5. McCracken with room over the head of Gilbert. Rue on
Number 11,
coverage.
Brayson McCracken's pass.
Fourth down
Intended
and
for number 7, Logan Gilbert. Ball's incomplete.
They will bring out the special teams unit, and it looks like
Brings up
Gilbert
a
will send
fourth
us
down
forward.
for Audubon.
Audubon needed to be productive on that drive. Pitman is kind of a sneaky time waster. We saw on that first drive of the half, they took 4 minutes off the
Coming out
clock
the punt
and
for
then
Audubon, number
didn't
7,
score.
Logan Gilbert.
So the way it is for these guys right now, what was an action-packed first half could result in a scoreless third quarter in what is still a very good game, 21-17 at this time. Logan Gilbert will punt. Hudson Rue, the senior, will return. They're making really late personnel changes, bringing Diggy Hoff in as their 11th man at the right guard. They count him down from 5. This one is punted way up. This one might be headed our way. It's going to drop. A nice bounce gets them outside of the 50-yard line, and Pittman will still have nice field position here on this drive. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Wrestling. South Jersey's top
ball spotted at the 50-yard line.
Organization with high-flying action and star-studded events all throughout the Garden State. For ticketing and more information, visit dawgprowrestling.com. Again, that's dawgprowrestling.com. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They are smack dab in the middle at the 50. Hinges hands it off. Diving forward again. That's a tackle by Haynes.
Tackle number 19, Evan Haynes.
That'll be a gain of 10, enough for a first down. It seems like right now, both of these teams,
ball spotted at the Audubon.
They were able to hold discipline a little bit there. You know, they did not let the emotions get the best of them. There were a couple helmets going into helmets, a couple hands going here and there, but nothing really boiled over. It was just some high tension. And right now it seems to have mellowed out here late in the third with 1:40 left in quarter number 3. He breaks free. He's got a couple men to go. He is gone. He's at the 10. How far will he go? He dived to the pylon. No, didn't get it. Did not get it. I think he was short by a yard, maybe. We've got a player down at Salerno.
Out of bounds inside the 1-yard line.
Salerno is down as the trainer Smith coming out. Looks like maybe a cramp. I'm honestly surprised at the amount of cramps I've seen in the month of November. Just because I counted up as this is a great example of showing you how much free time I have. Maybe a little too much of it. From weeks 1, 2, and 3 of the WJFL season, on all of my broadcasts, I counted up how many cramps there were. There were 73, including the infamous Collingswood-Clayton game where I counted 27 cramp timeouts in one game. And then from weeks 4 on, we've had less than that. I think we're somewhere around the 60 to 65 mark. So, still, I mean, it's been a little surprising to say the least. Of course, I don't know if anything will ever beat Lenape and Camden Catholic, which had 17 personal fouls in one game back on Wednesday, October 30th. On Halloween Eve.
Ball spotted about the 1-yard line.
Tinges got knocked out of bounds all the way up at the 1. They're going to try to push their way, force their way down Pitman. They tack on another 6.
That was number 1, Dane Collum on the touchdown run for Pitman.
Collum took it himself on a quarterback keeper. And Rue, again, will attempt the PAT.
Looks like we have a penalty on the play.
Oh, we did have a penalty. Did it call back the touchdown, or? Flag is waved off. So the touchdown
No flag.
The touchdown is good as the flag gets rescinded. and Rue again will attempt the PAT.
Coming out to attempt the extra point for Pitman, number 0, Hudson Rue.
This would make it 28-17 for Rue, a three-sport athlete at Pitman in football, basketball, and baseball. This one is up. It is short. I don't even think it's going to make it out of the end zone. It does not. And the PAT fails for the
Extra
second
point
time
is very
tonight.
good. Score now for
As it
Pitman,
is a 10-point lead for Pitman.
at
It's still
Audubon
a two-possession game. It's Pitman 27, Audubon 17. We'll be right back. Coming to you live from Davis Field. Like we said, all commercials on DWB are filmed, edited, recorded, and produced by myself and my wonderful crew. Again, all advertising funds go towards my college expenses, equipment costs, travel costs, everything like that. If you would like to become involved with Dan Wilkins Broadcasting and our advertising plans, please send me an email at thedanwilkinsshow@gmail.com. As taking
number 6
is
George on the return for Audubon.
So Audubon takes advantage of the squib. They've known his game for a little while now.
First and 10 Audubon, ball spotted at the room.
Rue is a squib kick specialist, and they're not going to take any chances there. So, honestly, with the knee being taken, it helps them out mightily as they're now going to be at the 45. Oh, we had two balls on the court for a sec, on the field for a second there. That's a bit odd. A minute 17 left in the third. Pitman leads Audubon 27-17. Like we said, this is a night of milestones. This is Pitman's 20th appearance on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Their first was not that long ago. April 10th, 2023. Woodstown and Pitman baseball. John Hopley, the assistant athletic director, still the head coach of that program. McCracken drops back. He dumps the pass over the middle to Patty. He breaks through a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet. They drop the sticks. And Patty he exchanged a couple of words down there.
11 brace of McCracken, shovel pass complete to number 27, Junior Patty.
That will be enough for an Audubon first down. And as we tail off to the end of this third quarter, Audubon's got to be thinking productive here. They can't waste 6 minutes on the clock, nor can they afford Pitman to waste 6 minutes on the clock like they've done in prior junctures earlier today.
Ball spotted just inside Pitman's 45-yard line.
So for Audubon to get into this game with a 10-point deficit, you're probably thinking 2 touchdowns, give them a 4-point lead. These guys right now are going to try to do their best and just find a way. He pitches it to Ortiz.
Number 1, Jorge Ortiz.
He cuts to the left. Almost got a hit from Marone, and he misses. Ortiz is still on his feet. A flag comes flying in from the back. He is finally taken down.
Tackle number 5,
let's see.
Salerno.
6 seconds left. There's 6 seconds left, so what is the penalty marker? Let's see what they've got here in what we thought was going to be the final play of the quarter. It is an offensive hold.
Penalty is illegal block in the back against Audubon.
The clock winds down to 0, and at the end of the third quarter, it is Pitman 27, Audubon 17, as these guys get ready for the final 12 minutes. We'll be right back. Starting the fourth quarter, it is Audubon 17, Pitman 27. By the way, we do not have an official website. However, we are selling Dan Wilkins Broadcasting merchandise. We sell T-shirts for $20, hoodies
First
for
down at 15,
$25.
Audubon, ball spotted at the 50-yard line.
The hoodies are $25 until the end of the year on January 1st. Then they hike back up to $35. Hats are $20. The beanie that I'm wearing right now is $15. And drawstring backpacks are $10. McCracken coils deep. Gilbert's got it. He slides forward. He is not in the end zone. But they're going to get all the way up to the 1-yard line.
Complete to number 7, Logan Gilbert. Tackle number 18, Aiden Upham.
They are all the way up near the goal line. This is going to be a 54-yard completion.
First and goal, Audubon.
As the green wave again on the doorstep. I was going to say, they weren't at miracle status yet, but they certainly got
Ball spotted about the
their case a little bit better this time. They're at the 3-yard line, so that is a 51-yard gain. 11:09 in the fourth as Audubon looks to get back into this one. Ortiz will find the end zone. He does not get into much
touchdown,
Touchdown, Audubon.
Once again, that's number 1, Jorge Ortiz.
And Jorge Ortiz is Braden McCracken. And we are back within a one-possession game. Now, the question is, it's 27-23. Do you play it safe and take the PAT, which it looks like they will? I was going to say there's maybe an alternate scenario where they try to go for 2 and, make it a little bit more interesting. But these guys are going to play it safe.
Coming out to attempt the extra point for Audubon, number 7, Logan Gilbert.
Game. Gilbert will take the PAT. He has made 36 extra points in his high school career. It is up, away, and it is good. Audubon drills it and through the middle.
27.
It makes it 27-24.
And Audubon 24.
We'll be right back after this.
The 3 time in a row.
11 minutes
Number 0,
exactly left in regulation here as Audubon down by 3 after a nice 51-yard pass to Logan Gilbert sets up a rush into the end zone by Jorge Ortiz, senior. Audubon will now kick it away. And here's, where we start to talk about this entire fourth quarter being a game of clock management. Because there's no 2-minute warning here. You got to remember that. Both teams have all 3 timeouts, but What you got to remember is where these guys are at right now. Pitman in one of their earlier drives spent 6 minutes driving down the field and didn't score. Well, what happens if they do score? Audubon certainly has to be thinking about stopping this Pitman drive prematurely. This one is a booming kick by Gilbert. It goes back inside the 10-yard line. It'll be returned by Rue. We've got a flag flying in. Rue is still on his feet, but wow, he got hit hard. Yeah, he got hit hard there near the Audubon sideline.
Tackle number 3. Penalty on the play.
It is a personal, it is a,
Penalty is a personal foul, blindside block against Pitman.
So they call a blindside block on Pitman. Well, before these guys get on offense, let's take a look at that kickoff return real quick. We've got a flag flying in. Rue is still on his feet, but wow, he got hit hard. I mean, he got stopped dead in his tracks there.
First and 10, Pitman, ball spotted at the Rune, 22-yard line.
10:48 left in the fourth. Pitman after a blindside block penalty. Now back at their own 22. Handoff over the middle, does not get too far. Got a host of everybody in one conglomerate there, as that'll be second down.
Number 5, A.J. Solano on the carry. He's tackled by a host from Audubon Green Wave.
Here in Pitman, it's actually going to drop to a low of 30 tonight. It's going to drop below freezing at around, let's see, where will it drop below freezing? It's going to be at
second down and
3 a.m. Handoff diving forward. Third down now. And this is exactly what Pitman wants here. They're playing the long game. They're rushing. They're getting 3 or 4 yards every play, and they're keeping that clock running. You know, when you think of NFL football, the clock management doesn't really start until midway through the fourth quarter. In this, the entire fourth quarter is clock management. Pitman wants to burn as much time off the clock as possible, and they want to force them into a bad position when Audubon eventually does take over on a possession here. Column reconvenes. He gets back into the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Handoff. Tinges.
Solano on the carry.
Bit of hard contact there.
Tackle number 15, Tommy Quinn.
First down.
First and 10, Pitman, ball spotted at the Rune, 35-yard line.
8:40 and counting in the fourth. Handoff to Solano.
5, A.J. Solano on the carry.
Not getting too far there.
Tackle number 52, Sincere Falk.
They got maybe 3 yards.
Second down and 7.
Like I said, this is what Pitman wants. They've already taken off 2 minutes off the clock, and they're
38-yard line
at the 38. If you keep doing this where you run 3 or 4 yards every play, you're just going to wind down the clock until you force Audubon's hand in that situation. And that's what you want to do. You want to force their hand. It's a 3-point game, and you want to make sure that they stay out of field goal range. They do pass this time. Rue makes the catch. He's brought down by BB.
Number 1, Dane Collins pass complete to number 0, Hudson Rue. Tackle number 6, Braden Beebe.
7:35 and counting now. It'll be third and short. Like I said, this
Third
is
down
what
and
they,
2
this
for
is what
Pittman.
they
Ball
want.
spotted at their own 43-yard line.
Because if Pittman keeps getting short gains, they're going to continue to deny Audubon that opportunity. Single man in the backfield.
Number 4, Trey Ginges on the carry.
Diving forward. This should be a first down, at least according to number 58, Joe Evans, and they do call it a first down, Pittman. They are now up at the 40, in between the 47 and 48-yard line.
First and 10, Pittman. Ball spot at their own 47-yard line.
So like we said, this time management, Pittman does it very sneakily. There's other teams that make it no surprise that they're going to do this, but Pittman pulls this out in the fourth quarter. Oh, ball comes out. They made the same mistake Audubon did.
Number 5, A.J. Salerno on the carry.
Salerno picks it up. And that'll be a loss. That was not what Pittman wanted right there, especially in something where forward progress is the only progress that you can afford.
Second down and 15 for Pittman.
Now these guys are going to be 5 yards back. It's second and 15. They're at their own 42. We are now halfway through the fourth quarter. 6 minutes remain here at the famous picturesque Davis Field here under the lights on a brisk Thursday evening. I'm Dan Wilkins here in the booth. Well, not in the booth, but one with the people here at Davis Field.
Number 3, Tyler Marone on the carry.
I apologize. Marone gets maybe 3 yards. An Audubon player is slow to get up.
53, Jonah Jordan.
That was number 23, who is not on our roster. Or no, that is 27. Gio Patty.
Third down and 13 for Pittman.
Patty missed his junior
Ball spotted through 44-yard line.
Or he missed the tail end of his junior season with a broken ankle. Was able to come back at the tail end of the wrestling campaign of 2024. It's third and long. Audubon looking for a stop and looking to keep everybody on their toes. This crowd is getting louder on both sides. And wow, they got a timeout barely in time. That was one of the closest timeouts I've ever seen. They got it maybe a half second before the snap. And you can see Coach Hallboy there for Audubon pointing out something on the Pittman sideline. Yeah, so we'll take a quick break. 27-24 here at the 5-minute mark. Big spot here after Thomas burns a timeout. 3rd and 13.
Third down and 13 for Pittman.
In the trips formation, and we've got penalty markers.
Penalty on the play.
False start on Pittman.
Penalty is
5-yard penalty.
Pittman.
And it's 3rd and 18. So this will make it even harder for Pittman. But look, they've done their job. They burned off 5.5 minutes. Even if they punt and trap Audubon inside the 30, all you need is a couple of defensive stands.
9-yard line.
And this visiting crowd is almost louder than the home crowd right now because they need this stop. 3rd and 18. Throw over the middle is, a huge hit. It's broken up as friendly fire in the secondary.
Intended from the 3, Tyler Marone.
Marone, I'm sorry, Haynes was Haynes and number 15 Tommy Quinn both went for the same piece of real estate and hit hard. Luckily, they both are
Coming out the
okay.
punt for Pitman, number 0, Hudson Rue.
And Aaron Pillow will be back to return. Rue to punt. He is back at his own 25. Line of scrimmage at the 39. Rue with a nice spiral. It drops and drops dead at the 35. They're telling him not to touch it, and it'll drop at the 34. So this is the legacy drive right here. Audubon has time. They have all 3 timeouts. They have 4 minutes
First
and
and 10, Audubon, ball
remaining.
spotted at their own.
And I would be, considering
34-yard
how
line.
proactive this offense has been, I would be surprised if they didn't score.
Right.
So let's see what they've got in the tank. 27-24. A field goal could tie it. The cowbells are ringing. Some folks are standing as they look to make a defensive stop for the home crowd. He finds a gap straight through the middle as they pitch it forward to Patty. That will count as a pass.
Number 27, Giovanni on the carry.
Yeah,
Back for number 5, A.J. Salerno.
that was the same thing we were talking about from earlier in this game where there was a controversy over whether or not it was an incomplete pass or a fumble. And that was the same scenario, except it was caught. Therefore, that is not a rush. That is a completed pass from McCracken to Patty.
7 for Audubon.
All rules considered. 4 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. They're back at the 38-yard line. This crowd is getting rowdy. They pitch it. No, they fake the pitch. McCracken with a deep ball. It is caught. Logan Gilbert stays in bounds. And he's got the touchdown from an incredible 62 yards.
That was over 11, Brayson McCracken's pass.
And the legacy drive turns out to be successful with a snap of a finger.
Touchdown for Audubon.
30-27. So that changes the dynamic entirely.
He's here.
Who's here?
Yeah.
Coming out to attempt the extra point for Audubon, number 7, Logan Gilbert.
It only took Audubon 3 plays to find the end zone. And Gilbert, with his second touchdown pass of over 60 yards tonight, that one is up and good. Just for a little factoid for you, Gilbert is the first player in football history to catch 2 touchdown passes for 60 yards or more in the same game. And it was certainly worth it as the Green Wave lead 31-27, 3:29 in quarter number 4. We'll be right back.
Doubleheader reached first on an error in the first at-bat of Game 2. This one's lined into center field. Slider going over. He dives. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Ryan Slider makes the catch. Not on a slide, but instead on a dive. 2 away.
.329 remain in this game. It has been a slugfest back and forth here in the famous Davis Field.
Back to the receiver, Pitman, number 0, Hudson Rue.
Rue and Marone, the 2 back to receive for the Panthers. As Audubon, who just picked up a touchdown of a lifetime from Brayson McCracken to Logan Gilbert, makes this a 31-27 game. Gilbert drives it into the ground. It's taken by Egolf. Egolf is up. We've got flags. We do have flags.
Number 2, Anthony Egolf on the return.
Let's see what this is about.
Tackle number 27, Gio Patty. We do have a penalty on the play.
Back in the back, holding.
I would assume the penalty's on Pitman. It is. Yep, block in the back. With great kickoff yardage comes great block in the back. 31-27. They were looking for the football. They were looking for whoever was carrying it. It's kind of hard to play football without a ball. 3:18. Pittman started this quarter up
35-yard line.
Pittman started this quarter up by 4. And now they enter this drive with 3:18 on the clock, down by 4. They need a touchdown to win it. They're at their own 35. Hand off. Keeps the ball secure. He's got a gain of 15. And that'll be a first down for the Panthers.
Tackle number 1, Jorge Ortiz.
It's a packed house tonight on a Thursday night for Pittman as both teams
39-yard line.
Closing out their regular season schedule before their Thanksgiving matinee 2 weeks from today. Pittman in their 99th matchup against Clayton here from Davis Field. And Audubon, oh, we got movement, but who's it going to be on?
Center on the play.
It is a false start.
Offsides against Pittman.
On number 53, Joey McCoggan. So they'll knock him back. Pittman with 2 timeouts, 2:38 on the clock. Handoff.
Number 3, on the carry.
At the line of scrimmage. They wrestle him well after the whistle. And some folks here are getting fed up. You can hear that emotion. A big loss there. So a big tackle by Jonah Jordan. The
second down and 13 for Pittman.
Dropping back on 2nd and long. This one's deep. Hudson Rue leaps. He's got it all the way up in the red zone.
Number 1, Dane Collins there. Completion number 0, Hudson Rue.
Hudson Rue, a big gain, turning
tackle number 6
cheers to cheers. And within 2 minutes, they are up near the red zone.
Ball spotted at the Audubon 21-yard line.
This could get interesting. We are one with the spectators tonight, and we haven't picked a better night to be here.
Number 3, Tyler Marone on the carry.
Marone on the carry gets dropped. Like we said, Pittman has 2 timeouts. Audubon has all 3 if they choose to use them.
Tackle number 27, Gio Patty.
And with Chris Thomas, he's not afraid to use him. Remember, though, with this being a 4-point game, that field goal from the second quarter really complicates things. Because you can't just drill a chip shot field goal and tie the game and go to overtime. These guys have to play the full 48 minutes, and that'll probably be it because it's a 4-point game. Play action. Column all alone. He directs traffic. The pocket collapses. It's caught by Rue. He's got 3 men on him. He gets wrestled down for a gain of 11 inside the 10 as the whistle blows with 49 seconds left.
Tackle number 27, Gio Patty.
And
timeout, Pittman.
Chris Thomas, indeed, calls his second timeout. We'll be right back. 31-27. Pitman is on the doorstep. They're inside the 10 with 49 seconds remaining. (31-27). We have only had one game-winning touchdown in the final minute by any of our DWE football games this year. And it was back on October 30th. Lenape and Camden Catholic. With Lenape and Camden Catholic pulling out the improbable comeback in the second half. Pitman is looking to stay the course. We've got movement on the defensive line.
Penalty on the play.
At least I think it's on the defensive line. It looked like it was number 52. Sincere Folk. And that is a offsides call.
Offsides against Audubon.
This is going to move them up to the 4. That makes their journey a lot easier.
First and goal,
Pitman on the doorstep. It has been back and forth for this entire second half. And now Column, no, we've got more penalty markers. And it's a false start. So
penalty on the play.
They get one and Audubon gets one. Mano a mano. So the false start brings them back to where they started at the 9. This is actually going to be spotted at the 10-yard line. Just a quick communication there. You heard it there from the sideline. They are resetting the clock to 49 seconds. That will add 1.8 seconds back on the clock. Pitman has one timeout remaining.
First and goal, Pitman.
It is first and goal. They're at the 10.
10-yard line.
And here we go. Column drops back. He's in the pocket. Lets it fly to the back of the end zone. It's hit, and it's incomplete. 3 men
to
break that one up. Ortiz, Beebe, and Haynes.
Broken up by number 6, Braden Beebe.
So 3 different defenders.
Second and goal.
Pounding Marone.
Ball spotted at the Audubon.
The incompletion.
10-yard line.
Second and 10. We've had some truly classic games this year. This might be one of them if Pitman can pull out the victory and improve to 7-2 going into their Thanksgiving season finale with the Clippers. Handoff, right side.
Number 5, AJ Salerno with
his head forward. Not going to get it. He's still in bounds. And now, timeout, Chris Thomas? Yes. Chris Thomas calls his third and final timeout. They will be at 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. As a rush to the right side by number 6. I believe that was number 6. 5, I'm sorry, Salerno.
Gotta give her. Power.
So 32.9 seconds left. We'll remind you our next broadcast is to be determined. But we do know our Thanksgiving game, which will wrap up our football campaign, will be the Gloucester Catholic Rams and the Gloucester Lions.
3rd down and goal for Pitman. Ball spotted at the Audubon 3-yard line.
Regardless of outcome and regardless of which side you're on, this is an amazing game. A lot more eventful than it was last week versus Haddon Heights. It will come down to the wire. 3rd and 10. The final timeout called by Coach Chris Thomas. As Pitman will look to find the end zone yet again with a 4-point deficit. Thomas burning his final timeout. Tinges will not get the handoff, but instead it is a flower to A.J. Salerno. Touchdown, Pitman. Salerno. A touchdown with 30 seconds remaining. High fives are aplenty in the Davis grandstand. And Pitman has just taken an improbable 2-point lead, 33-31. A.J. Salerno on the play-action fake to Trey Tinges. finds the end zone.
Number
The
0.
11th hour and perhaps the 59th minute as it's 33-31. Here's the extra point. It is, oh no, no good. That
extra point is no good. Score now stands Pitman 33.
Well,
Audubon 31.
that keeps the door open. Audubon's had some crazy passes tonight, including with Logan Gilbert, the place kicker himself. Like we said, he has 2 touchdowns tonight, and both of them are for 60-plus yards. We'll be right back. 30 seconds remain as Audubon will look for an 11th hour miracle here on the road at Davis Field. We'll be right back. He's donning the number 34 and the shortstop for this one. First pitch. There's a line drive into center field. That one is going to drop it. It's going to go to the outfield wall. 1 run will score. Spence is going to make a huge arc around third. She will score to make it 3-0. And here comes the runner to score. It's an inside the park home run for Ella Hayes to make it a 4-0 game, a 3-run inside the Parker to the 2.
Number 8, Aaron Villa.
So Rue has missed 3 extra points tonight, and that leaves the door open at the final 30-second juncture for Pitman to eke out of this one. But for Audubon, this game is not over yet. There is still a million things that can happen between now and the final buzzer, as a somewhat standing crowd here from Davis Field awaits the result of the kick from the senior Hudson Rue. This one's not a squib. It goes back to the 20. Flipping is Quinn. He's got room. He has blockers. No flags. He's at the 49. And that burns 9 seconds off the clock.
Number 15, Tommy Quinn on the return for Audubon.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
And number 5, AJ Salerno.
As Audubon takes over here at the 49, I wouldn't be shocked if Dan Reed's not happy about that time placement there. Because that
Audubon ball spotted at the 49-yard line.
And when the whistles were blown, there was about 21 and a half, 22 seconds on the clock. So almost by human nature, there's about a second less on the clock. But Audubon looking to drive their way quickly into field goal range. They have all 3 timeouts. It is incomplete to the right side, intended for the place kicker Gilbert.
Number 11, Brayson McCracken.
That's a break.
Number 7, Logan Gilbert. Complete.
Like we said, Dan Reed for Audubon has all 3 timeouts.
2nd down and 10 for Audubon.
Audubon's trying to figure something out personnel-wise. They can use a timeout if they don't. Do they have 12 guys on the field? I think I counted 12 on the field. Unless I'm crazy, I don't know. 15 seconds left. They reset the game clock after the incompletion to the right side. Like we said, Audubon has all 3 timeouts. Pitman has none, but they don't need them. They want to let that clock run. They want to let it burn. Let's see what they've got from Davis Field. For one last time under the lights, can they fend off their opponent? This one's deep. It's deep. He didn't hang to it. The ball slipped out of his hands. It looked like he had it, but was incomplete.
Intended for number 7, Logan Gilbert. Broken up for number 18.
There's a penalty marker at the 10-yard line. Remember, if it is pass interference, it is not like the NFL. It is not a spot foul. It is a 15-yard penalty, if that's what it is. It is.
Penalty on the play.
Pass interference on Pitman hits him late. Wow. Like we said, this is not like the NFL. It is not a spot foul. It's a 15-yard penalty. That's what a lot of people get confused. Because we've heard it from the referees a lot. They're like, oh, why is it not called like this? Well, because high school rules and NFL rules are very different. I would say, considering that Gilbert's longest field goal this year is 39, you would have to get up to the 24. You'd have to get up to the 24 probably for him to be in field goal range. Dan Reed calls a timeout. 6 seconds remain. They'll have time for one more play, and their odds got a little bit better thanks to a pass interference call. We'll be right back.
First and 10 Audubon.
6.4 seconds left. Cowbells
34-yard line.
are in full effect from Davis Field. Audubon has 2 timeouts left. Chance to make something special happen. It is caught. Diving to the right side. They get him out of bounds. They do get it out of bounds with 1.9 seconds left.
Number 11, Brayson McCracken's pass. Complete to number 7, Logan Gilbert.
Are they going to try a field goal?
18, Aiden Upham.
Okay, Reed does call a timeout. The crowd starting to stand here at Davis Field.
Timeout.
This time, 2 weeks, they'll be playing Clayton in the 99th edition of their Thanksgiving Cup. Now, if Gilbert were to try a field goal here, the ball is spotted at the 20. Okay, they'll reset it to 3 seconds. I don't think that matters much because you're going to be running one play anyway and one play only. Adding 1.1 seconds doesn't do a lot here. Gilbert will try a field goal. We have to go way out.
Coming after attempt, the field goal for Audubon.
This is
Number
from
7, Logan Gilbert.
This is going to be from 37 yards. A chance to win the game. It is up, away. It will not have the distance. And Pitman ekes it out on their final game of the year.
Pitman 33. And Audubon 31.
Gilbert misses from long range. And Pitman, holding their breath for the fourth quarter, takes it home. Wow. Salerno with the touchdown with 31 seconds remaining. Pitman is loving it. And they get their 7th win of the year going into their Thanksgiving finale versus Clayton.
Get prepared.
Clayton certainly sending their well wishes as Pitman wins this one 33-31. I mean, this was a slugfest from start to finish. You could tell just from the first and second quarters alone, these guys came to play good football. Things got a little chippy there, but they didn't get the emotions get the best of them. Both teams kept their heads down. They played hard-nosed football, and they were able to kind of survive a little bit with a very nice win. So if both of these guys get ready for Thanksgiving in 2 weeks, I think Audubon is showing that, hey, they're playing a tough schedule. And, there's a lot to be said there about, how these guys want to roll going into their off week next Thursday and then Thanksgiving 2 weeks out. But Pittman played a heck of a game, playing up to their opponents. I mean, the Patriot division is no joke. It is no joke whatsoever. You've got your Pennsville, Collingswood, Burlington City, Paulsboro. I mean, Paulsboro made it to the sectional semifinal, for crying out loud. There's some very good competition in there, including a handful of playoff teams. So Audubon played very well, but Pitman played up to the competition. They didn't do that last week versus Haddon Heights. Haddon Heights was a little too much for them. Audubon was the Goldilocks game. This was a game where they played 110% from start to finish. They didn't let the personal fouls, get in their heads. They didn't start, making those crazy tackles. They put their heads down and they played good football. So I'm excited to see what both of these teams can do. Audubon has a chance to really have a great game with Haddon Township in 2 weeks. Honestly, this sounds crazy considering how many years that Audubon has just shellacked Haddon Township in the Thanksgiving game in the Curley Cup. It's anybody's game this year. And I would say the same for Pitman and Clayton. I would say that game specifically, both of those Thanksgiving games are anyone's game. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Here from a Thursday night thriller. Final score, Audubon 31, Pitman 33. Panthers improve to 7-2. Audubon falls to 2-7. Both teams, their next game will be Thanksgiving. Pitman versus Clayton and Audubon versus Haddon Township. From our entire crew here at DWB, our social media coordinators, Brendan the Kagerland and Keely Curran, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan. I'm Dan Wilkins, flying solo tonight here from Davis Field. Pitman ekes it out 33-31. That'll be all for us. We'll see you next week.